We absolutely hate being cold on a winter's ride, but getting dressed for a winter's ride can be more daunting than the winter's ride itself. So how do we go about layering? Well, with the help of Castelli, we're going to show you how.
So we're going to split this into two scenarios. I'm a bit of a fair weather cyclist, to be honest, and when it's really chilly, I'll be sticking to the indoor trainer. So I'm looking for winter clothing that's going to give me some protection from wet roads and also be quite breathable so that when I'm drilling up a climb, because I want to get the max out of each training session, I'm not going to be just sweating like nobody's business.
Well, while you're trying to stay, well, not clammy, I like my winter rides at a more sedate pace. Basically, I want maximum coziness. I'm also a rider that will head out in pretty much any weather. I just want the fresh air.
You're odd.
No, I'm really not. But that means that I need protection from the rain. I want a bit thicker clothing than you. So yeah, shall we go and get changed?
Yeah,
come on,
let's go. No, actually, I've got a trick for this.
What?
Watch this.
Amazing, mate.
I didn't think that would actually work.
You are actually magic.
Yeah, I've got something there though.
What? Oh, yeah.
So close.
Should we go for a ride?
Let's.
Cool, let's go.
So as we know, the key to enjoyable winter riding is a really good jacket. The jacket that I've gone for is the Castelli Flight Air, which is the lightest in the Castelli range. Now on the inside, you will find, just like this, Polartec Alpha fleece lining, which is not only very luxurious, but it's also very warm. So that's a nice touch. It's got your 3 standard gusseted pockets in the rear, which are nice and sizable and deep, so my phone's not falling out. It blocks most of the wind, but lets a little bit through so that it's breathable. This is something that's really useful on a climb. Oh, here's a climb now. And that actually means, because you're staying dry, that on the way down, because you haven't sweated, you're going to stay warmer, which is quite nice. As it was quite chilly when I set out, I thought I'd bring a gilet as well. So this is the Castelli Perfetto RoS 2 gilet, which is a really nice bit of kit. Around the sleeves, I've got a nice reflective detailing to keep me seen, and it's also got a double zip. That means that I can zip it up like this, and then if I want to get something out my jacket pockets, then I can unzip it this way, access it without any hassle. I can now drill it on the group ride.
Now, the jacket that I have on now is one that you may well be familiar with. This is the Perfetto RoS 2, rain or shine, like Jamie's. I think this is one of the best jackets on the market. It's reviewed incredibly well over on the site, and for good reason. It has pretty much everything that you need. At the front, you've got Gore-Tex Infinium fabric, and at the back, you've got Gore-Tex Infinium fabric. But there is a difference. At the front, we've got a slightly brushed fabric, which is just a little bit better at keeping you warm, while the back is just a little bit better for making sure that you don't overheat. These things are little side zippers, and they're basically, you put them down, they don't open the thing fully, so you're still nice and aero if you want to cheat the wind. But you just get a little bit of breathability through there, and they're really easy to just do back up. See? You've got taped seams on the shoulders, because if you're driving into the rain like this, all this is going to be doing is collecting water. So they've taped these seams here on the shoulders, and then the other shoulder seam, they've moved further back so they don't have to tape it. That's better for breathability. The rain isn't hitting that seam directly. Now, one thing that Castelli has done with this new one, and like Jamie's gilet, is that I can actually open this jersey from the bottom here. That just gives you a few more options in terms of venting and keeping yourself cool. And then once we get to the top of the jersey, we've got a really high collar. Now, personally, I always like wearing one of these head thingies or some form of snood. I just find them really, really comfortable. But if you want to tuck down in an aero position in the winter, then having that high collar is just going to allow you to do so and keep all of those chilly winds at bay. And then, as you can see, and probably hear by my breathing, we're actually going along at a relatively fair rate. And well, Castelli has made this quite nice and close fitting. It's, well, I wouldn't say it's a full-on aero cut, but it's not flapping about in the wind. And when I tuck down in a good riding position like this, well, I don't feel like I'm wasting much energy at all.
Right, well, it's my turn to show off my glove and overshoe choices. I have gone for the Perfetto RoS glove, which has a bit more dexterity. I really like a good feeling of the bars, and well, with the grippy bits as well, your hands aren't going anywhere. So the gloves are windproof, and they also have these reflective accents so that when you're indicating, oncoming cars can see you. I think that's a brilliant idea, and I think more gloves should have that. They've also got the touch sensitive bit on the forefingers and thumbs so that I can use my phone, because you don't want to take your gloves off to use it when I get lost inevitably. The overshoes, I've gone for the Pioggia 3. I think it's pronounced like that, but you might have guessed I'm not Italian. These are a bit more aero than Liam's version. These are also waterproof and windproof, and they also have reinforced bottoms, which is good because you don't want them to tear. Of course, there might become a point in the winter where you don't want to go outside anymore, however good your kit is, and we head indoors onto the trainer. Now, I'm wearing the Castelli Insider 2 bib shorts and the Insider 2 jersey, which are designed to wick sweat away from your skin and keep you cooler than if I was bare-chested. Now, this jersey is obviously very thin. It's kind of like a base layer material, but with a full length zip so I can take it off without dragging all the sweat over my head. It's a jersey that I could also use outside in the summer, or maybe on a hot training camp or something, as it's got pockets for snacks, which might also come in handy if I'm really putting in a shift. To make those long sessions a bit more bearable, the shorts get the Perfetto Air X2 seat pad, which, well, I've been on here for quite a while now, and it's doing very well. Now, however good this kit is and whatever I tell you about it, there's one person that I'm not going to convince, and that is Liam. So back over to him to tell you more about his cold, wet rides.
Well, seeing as I get very, very cold hands and my feet can get quite cold too, I thought that I'd wrap them up warm. I've got the Spettacolo RoS Gloves and I've got the Perfetto Overshoes. These are some of the thicker options in Castelli's range, and personally, if I pair these with a pair of woolly socks, nothing is going to stop me from riding. And these gloves, I love them because you can unzip them like this, and then they're just really easy to pull off. And then, obviously, if you've got the unzip bit, putting them back on over a thicker jacket, well, that's really easy. Then they're really nicely locked. You can keep all of the cold air at bay. Right, let's keep going. Well, personally, I think that one of the key things for keeping yourself warm in the winter and being happy is what you wear on your legs. Now, I go for the bib tights, but I know that you go for the bib shorts. Yeah,
I think keeping your quads warm and dry is really something that, for performance, is key.
I think as well, a little bit of rain protection as well. So these are the free Aero bib tights, and they're basically the winter versions of the bib shorts that I wear in the summer. I absolutely love them. They're really comfortable, but also they've got a little bit of rain protection built in for just a bit of spray, which, to be honest, is all I need because I've got my massive mudguards on.
Mine also come with some rain protection. These are the NanoFlex Pro Race, and they're fleece lined, and then they've got a DWR coating to keep off the worst of the road spray and stuff, because you don't like getting a soggy bum.
This is why you use mudguards.
No, you don't use mudguards.
Yes,
you just get proper kit.
Oh.
And then the NanoFlex knee warmers as well, because I find that I can swap and change between knee warmers, leg warmers, or none. And that means that I can get lots of use out of my nice pair of bib shorts during the spring and autumn. Yeah,
so you can chop and change your stuff depending on the weather. Personally, I just want the cozy feel. Speaking of which, should we...
I hope you overheat later.
Should we keep riding? Because it's just getting chilly, isn't it? That was brilliant.
Oh, that was lovely. I loved that bit that we did up that hill.
That was actually quite a nice ride. Should we stop in it?
Yeah,
come on.
let's stop here then.
And I think for the most part, apart from a bit of drizzle, we managed to stay dry, which was quite nice. Well, we thought we'd kind of wrap up by giving you some of our top tips for actually staying nice and warm during the winter. So for me, I think it all starts with the correct base layer.
Yeah, I've got one of them.
Yes, me too. My Teletubby down there. Personally, I don't really get cold forearms, so short sleeve or sleeveless for me, but I've gone with the long sleeve. Okay, but then layering it, I think the best thing that you can do is buy a very, very good versatile jacket.
Yeah.
I think something like this Perfetto just really does see me throughout the winter, and I'm not just saying that, I have one at home, as do you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, moving on.
So a nice layer that you can unzip. So I've got on this gilet that if I get too warm, I can pop it in my back pocket. It's really quite stashable.
Stashable?
Stashable.
Stashable.
Is that a word?
We'll go with it, why not? And then the thing that I think everyone has suffered with over their days is cold hands and feet. It's going to start with your core
and head,
but if you're getting cold feet, then honestly, a good pair of overshoes, I would say layering them with over socks and then woolly socks.
You've got to try and keep them dry.
Yeah, you're going to try and keep dry, but also don't lay it inside the shoe, because that's just going to cut your circulation, which is really bad. Cold hands, nice big gloves, but get something that's still dexterous like these, because then you can
ones that you can use your phone in.
Yes, yeah.
These ones have, and these have got reflective bits as well, so when you're indicating.
So you can indicate to all the cars.
If you've got any winter cycling tips, then please drop them in the comments below.
And don't just say stay on the sofa, come on.
That's my tip. And remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.